Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. You're watching Still Toking with. My name's Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here. We have an awesome show scheduled for you, as always. And Benjamin, how's it going?
It's going. Wednesday night, shitty-ass weather out here in New England. So, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We have a killer guest tonight, too. We had this gentleman on, I believe it was like the 4th episode we ever did in season 1. And we literally knew nothing about what we were doing, kind of like now. So
yeah, I haven't learned anything since.
Yeah, right.
Jeffrey,
what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. And maybe shitty out, but at least it's rain. We ain't getting that snow yet.
Oh, you're
we're
not getting
way
snow?
late. No, we're not getting snow. No, it's just fucking rain.
Listen, shush with the S word.
It was snowing earlier.
Stop.
No. You got to understand. So about a month ago, I went out to my shed and I got the snow blower all going. I pulled it out, backing into the garage, so I'm all ready to go. So it ain't gonna fucking snow.
I did too. I got mine out, got it all prepped. My son was home from college. I said, "Hey, make sure that thing fucking runs, man, because I'm old and I don't want to have a heart attack out here shoveling."
So
But enough about us and snowblowers.
Oh yeah. So enough about blowjobs. Let's bring in our guest, Jeremy Palko. Welcome back.
That was the best segue I've ever heard. and I had to verify that it was Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday today, seriously. But thanks for having me, guys.
Well,
Anytime,
thanks
brother.
for coming out and hanging out with us. I mean, every time we get together, whether it's virtual or at a show, we always have a good time. So I think it's going to be a good show tonight.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Right? I'm ready too. What are we going to talk about?
Well, the first thing we have to get it out of the way because we got to do that right at the fucking beginning, especially with this dude. You know what I mean? So most people would know you from. I'm not even going to say it. You're going to have to say it.
Me? I gotta
Yeah.
say it. Probably from Magic Mike. Yeah.
Okay.
It was like the fourth thing I ever did. I was in the background. Matthew McConaughey was in a Speedo of some sort, and there I was in the background throwing a football at Channing Tatum. But
what were you wearing?
I was wearing boxer shorts and like sucking in my gut because I was surrounded by supermodels. But because of that riveting performance, I was cast in The Walking Dead, where I played Andy for a handful of episodes. And yeah, that's probably the one. If not, I liked Bloodline. That was a TV show I did.
Bloodline, yep. Vampire Diaries.
The Vampire Diaries. So
he was even in Alvin and the Chipmunks, folks.
Yeah, man, that was up there with Magic Mike. You know, like my background years. You know, I had so much fun working on projects like that, and for that one, I literally was on a cruise for 7 days and just having fun. So, you know,
Right. Now,
Free
speaking
cruise.
of cruises, you worked on a cruise line.
I did work on a cruise ship. I worked on the Disney Cruise Line for about 2 years, dancing like a pirate. Anything involved a microphone or just crowds or parties. I mean, it was a hell of a job, but working 100 hours a week type thing. But
yeah, that's it. The Dead Guys
That's
Comics
it.
2 games. No shit. That's it. The Walking Dead. Yes. That's why he
that's
looks
it.
familiar.
Right.
That's why he looks familiar.
Right. But I'm curious as to how you felt personally when they snuffed you.
I mean, I didn't take it too personally because I remember that week. It was like summer camp. We'd all got to Atlanta and we were shooting, and it was the war, and like 30 some characters were killed off in like 2 weeks. So kind of every day somebody was like, hey, did you get a call? Did you get a email or something? And I remember getting the call from Scott Gimple, and I was too much information. I literally just got out of the shower, and I was like, if I don't answer this, maybe it won't happen. But I answered it. It was Scott. He told me, thanks for doing what you do, and Andy was a great character, but we're gonna have to kill you off. And yeah, that's kind of how that ended. But I didn't feel snuffed or anything. I was happy to be there. So.
Right. Here's your check. Bye-bye.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna quickly say to all our viewers, because we're running on I think like 28 platforms tonight. If we don't see your comments pop up on the screen, jump over to one of the main feeds, which would be the Toking Dead Facebook page, YouTube page, the Dorkening, Tidewater Horror Convention, Georgia Poppin' Horror Con, any one of those, and we'll see your comments. The reason I'm saying that is because my wife is in the comments on my personal page, and I just had to go check to see what she said. But hi. Go ahead. Back to what we were talking about.
So did you keep up with the show after everything, or did you not watch it at all?
Oh, hell no. I was like, nah, I'm done. So take that ratings, No, actually, I didn't have cable at the time, and I remember like mooching off of friends to watch the episodes up until mine. And afterwards, I was in the middle of a move, and I finally got Netflix like last year before, and I'm still a few seasons behind. But no, I kind of stopped after my character. But it's not like I wasn't like in that world. Like I basically knew everything that happened just by people posting stuff like, "Oh no, someone died," and I was like, "Well, I'm pretty much caught up on everything." So
right. So, but
nice.
Anyway,
you did a bunch of cameo appearances and all kinds of different shit too.
I mean, as an actor, you want to be in as many projects as you can. So I won't say that I've been in enough, but lucky enough to be in a few. That's for sure.
So,
right.
well, I'm going to do something right now because when I was going through your IMDb, it listed all these things, MacGyver and all this stuff that, one episode you made an appearance, you know what I mean? And they all said uncredited. So you know what? I'm going to give you some fucking credit right now.
About time you did something.
right?
Just saying.
I'm just saying, why is it uncredited?
Well, I
That's
think
fucking bullshit.
uncredited in our like background work and everything like that. I think when I was first kind of starting out, I was trying to get everything I could. Like my IMDb was like very important to me. I wanted the world to see that I was working, you know. So when you're like the third FBI agent in Ace Ventura 3, you know, I was like, man, I gotta get that shit on my IMDb. And you know, now it's a little more, you know, pick and choose what you kind of want to represent you. But
Right.
no, those uncredited days were the best education I got in this business, you know, sitting around watching people work and, you know, just fly on the wall type situation. So, yeah, I enjoyed all those projects. Like Magic Mike, yeah, it was a joke, but I remember we shot out on this island, like a secluded, tiny island with like, you know, Matthew McConaughey and Steven Soderbergh was the director, and you know, just getting to watch them work and being right next to them. And then every 3 hours we had to get on boats and wait because the tide would come up and literally take over the island. There was no sandbars left, but yeah, good time.
No, I've never seen that movie. I've never even seen that movie.
No.
It was on TV, and I forwarded to my scenes, and I watched some of it, and man, I just realized I can't dance at all. So, but I love when people find out that I was like a background actor in that, you know. And one time at a convention, somebody came up with a Magic Mike DVD and asked me to sign it, and I did.
So speaking of conventions, let's give a shout out to some of the conventions that you're going to be coming up at in, I believe you said February.
Coming up February 11th, I'm heading over to North Carolina. I forgot the city right now, but it's called StatesCon. StatesCon. And then end of February here in Atlanta, I got in to Atlanta Comic-Con, which will be my first time as an artist. So I'll be in an artist alley. And out of the hundreds of conventions I've done, it's always been in the guest area. So this will be new to me. But yeah, that's coming up, and I got something in March, but hopefully going back to Rhode Island. On my calendar, there's two I always do my very best to go to. And that's Colorado Springs and Rhode Island. So I'm really hoping to do those. So.
Right.
Yeah, because we just saw you a few months ago in Rhode Island.
Yep.
Yes, we did. That is right.
Yep.
You
hanging out with the art.
Yeah, you guys remember.
So speaking of the art and being an artist alley, what a lot of people may not know about you is that you are an artist. And my backdrop actually is one of his paintings. And you can see more on the wall behind him as well. But check the show notes. Where, Leo?
Up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us.
Did you really have your mic muted?
My wife just came home. I didn't think you want to hear my ring going off.
Yeah.
I was being polite.
Why?
Because that's what I do.
Do you know what show you're on?
Yeah, but do you know me? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. But yeah, check the show notes, folks, because there's links to all of Jeremy's kick-ass stuff.
I appreciate it.
All his pages, and you have a new website coming out as well.
New website, artbypalko.com. So,
which is not in the show notes because I did not find that on Google.
Well, I haven't told anybody yet. Honestly, I found out about it like yesterday that it's
the first.
It's been in the works for probably like the last 2 months. My buddy Jose has been just killing it and sent me the workable link, and it's looking pretty good. So I think so. It's a little more like, instead of just my artwork trying to sell something, it's like more about me as an actor and as a person, and kind of combining the two, which has been the weird challenge about, saying, hey, I was on a TV show, but I'm also a painter kind of thing,
Right.
This is one of my
that's pretty cool, actually.
And it's so funny, like artwork to me now, like I just kind of started in quarantine about 2 years ago. So these are all kind of, and this was suggested by my girlfriend. She's like, you should make YouTube videos. And I'm like, I've never made a YouTube video. So this piece here, it was so funny. When I started, I was going to do like a backdrop, kind of like a Harry Potter kind of silhouette of the castle. And then I was literally, there's Jonesy.
Jonesy.
Literally
That was awesome.
on TV, and I was like, I want to see if I can paint the orca. And so I just started. You measure the sizes, and then you just kind of guesstimate from there and fill everything in. Was just kind of hand free everything. So this one turned out pretty nice, and I have it hanging right here.
Wow, nice job. It's so different than all the other stuff I see.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time I just kind of free flow, just kind of whatever I'm feeling that day. That's kind of how I paint. I literally have drawers of dark colors and light colors, and I grab a few and I go from there, like whatever I'm feeling that day. But this one I really had, purpose, and I tried to do something very specific. But yeah, artwork has been kind of changed.
No, it looks nice. Yeah.
I'm watching the video. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. No, the video is well done. Yeah.
And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, Jeremy, I think I said this to you 2 years ago. You should do
live show, live painting.
You should do a show, painting with Palko. I'm telling you,
the new Bob.
But
Ross,
it took his girlfriend to tell him to do YouTube videos for him to put a shirt on.
Yeah, I finally got a TikTok account too, so that's new.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool.
Yeah, the problem is I never really sit down and paint one thing and finish it. Today I painted for like 2 hours, and I painted probably 50 different things.
Right.
All one thing here, a little thing here, finished here. On my Instagram, I just posted a whole bunch on my story. I like to on my story and then see what people kind of react to and see which ones are, worth posting and,
Right.
Yeah, I just did a Freddie Mercury piece I'm pretty proud of. So
really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. But the beauty of painting 50 different pieces, if you were doing some sort of a live show, is that your viewers are going to come back, and they're going to come back, and they're going to come back because they're going to want to see the finished pieces.
Yeah. I watched a lot of Bob Ross, and I was thinking about it last night, like the way he just he starts and finishes one painting. I don't know if I could do that. So it'd have to be like a very mobile kind of unit kind of.
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to do that.
Yeah. No, your show would turn into you're starting to get some viewers watching what you're doing. And you're like, oh, yeah, I was working on this one 3 weeks ago. And you pull it back out and do a little work to it. Reach over. Here's one from a couple of weeks ago. If that's how you paint, I think it'd be cool.
I mean, usually I just got music blasted and, kind of in the zone. Like I don't really put the dog. And, it's kind of
that's cool.
You did a great job on that.
That came out nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys very much.
Now, is that that's available for purchase now, or has somebody bought it yet?
Oh no, everything I make's available. The problem is the bigger pieces like that one it's about this size, so it's about 2 feet by 3 feet. I did sell one in Seattle, and I sold it for like $600. The problem was the shipping was about $490, and so some of these larger pieces I don't have available on my website, just because I know people's answers when I say, hey, the minimum's $1,000 just because the shipping, and then they're like, sorry, and I get it. So for the larger pieces, I bring to local shows in Atlanta or Tennessee or North Carolina, and those will be available for most of every live show I do. But 90% of the stuff is available on my website. Most of them are like 5x7 pieces. They're all, every one of them is individual, one of one, no duplicates. So the smaller ones are easier to ship and kind of whatnot. But yeah, the larger. For now, the larger pieces kind of stay on my wall, and I kind of post them on my social media. And if anyone's interested, all they have to do is ask, and I try to make that relatively clear. Like, hey, if you have any questions, just straight up ask, which is
But me being me, I'm going to tell you folks, get off your ass, get off your couch, go out to a live event, hands on, man. I'll tell you, we've been at multiple events with Jeremy, set up next to Jeremy, across from Jeremy, and his artwork it's amazing. It really is. I mean,
I love it.
Yeah, there it is. There's the art too, man. I've been trying to get rid of it. I mean, the only thing is like, yeah, my house is starting to look like a studio, just of pieces and stuff. But yeah, I'd rather them in other people's homes than mine. So
Right. Well, that's the best way to protect them is to just hang them on the wall.
That
I mean,
R2 will be
They were
mine.
backed up against the corner, and I'm like, well, I might as well just
Right.
my house.
Yep. That R2 will be mine.
Reach out to them,
Nice.
you know. And it
Now
just got
you
quiet. Oh,
are
that's
you
cool.
are you still doing what were you doing? Not like jujitsu, karate, fucking taekwondo shit. Are
Oh
you
no,
still doing that? You're
I've
not
done
doing that anymore.
about 18 years old, so been a long time. But yeah, I did. Back in my my youth, yeah, I studied quite a bit. So tournaments,
Okay.
national tournaments, yeah.
You
My
did a
brother
lot
and
of
my
shit.
Yeah, you were state champion in Washington, weren't you?
twice, absolutely, yeah,
Twice.
twice.
Not once.
Twice.
Yeah, I was like 14 years old and I had 2 gold medals, man. I had them hanging in my house for years. And then I came home from college and my mom tossed away all my, I was that kid. I had 500 trophies from every sporting thing I did, but the only 2 she didn't throw away were those 2. So
Nice.
available on eBay now for like $7.
Right?
Right. I'll sign the painting with it. I'll glue it in the corner.
There you go. Yeah.
So Dead Guys Comics is asking, are you still acting?
Yes, actually, I had a conversation with my mom not too long ago. So, yeah, as actors, you can kind of disappear for a while when things get slow. I was actually my last 2 projects I did. I was on Tyler Perry's show, Ruthless. I did 26 episodes of that. It was a soap opera, so it was available on BET Plus. I did an episode of Tales on BET with the late Moses Mosley, which was awesome. And that
very cool.
That aired last year, but other than that, most days, back to the grind. Auditions, had a few good ones this week. So, as an actor, that's all you can really hope for is just more auditions.
Right.
So, do you collect anything besides your own paintings?
At the moment, not really.
He's got no room.
Yeah, I'm serious. Like every room in my house has something with painting, either stacks of clean canvas, like half-done projects. I mean, yeah, when I moved here about 4 months ago, and I thought I would have a section for my painting. It's my entire apartment, my outside patio, everything. So that is actually what I'm collecting. I have nothing else.
Oh shit.
So
My
other
headset's
than
all
painting, what do you do to decompress? Do you read? Do you watch TV? What do you do?
I do an abundance of things, my friend. And I play guitar. I've been playing guitar since I was 15. Just got a new Fender. Well, earlier last year. It's kind of my gift to myself. So I do that a lot of hiking. I'm kind of very fortunate right now to just kind of be, being able to support myself through the art, which has been amazing and a whole nother story. But because of that, a lot of time to myself. So I do a lot of reading, yoga, like hiking. Got my dog here. He's literally napping right here. So yeah, getting a puppy in quarantine will keep you busy. So
Right.
Right. Yep. So when do we get to hear you play?
you got to come to the show, man.
What show? Where?
I don't have a show, man.
He's like, I ain't got a show.
I'll bring my guitar up to Rhode Island. How about that? We'll do a live
Well,
show.
there you go. Unless we see you before that.
True.
Hopefully, we'll see you before that.
I said true.
Yeah.
You know what'd be cool?
Are you guys going to Colorado? Do you know?
I
No.
don't think we're doing Colorado.
No, we can't.
Gotcha.
No, it's the same weekend as Maryland.
Oh, PopCon?
Yeah, it's the same weekend as Maryland. 25th through the 27th, I believe, is Maryland.
Well, shoot, if I don't do Colorado, I might do that one.
Right? There you go. That's right.
Voice
Jake.
acting. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Would I be interested in, what was that, voice?
Yeah,
Yeah,
voice
Voice
acting.
acting, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, that's like a dream of mine to do like a Pixar movie or like I think it'd be so great. Like I've done a lot of ADR looping for like TV and film, but I think it'd be fun to just be in a booth creating characters. Yeah.
We'll have to draw a character into our anime for him.
You got any voices you can use besides yours?
Oh man, I don't know. I haven't worked on any in a long time, but I'm sure we could come up with something.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to find.
Like putting him on the spot there, Jeff.
Yeah,
Right? He did. Too. He put him right on the spot. He's like, "Yeah, come on, tough guy, let's go. Let's see what you got."
I got to see the character first, man.
No, there you go. All right, I'll buy that. I'll buy that for a
Right.
You know what I was about to say this earlier. What would be cool is if you bring your guitar to Rhode Island,
Oh Jesus! Hold
have
on.
him
He's gonna
jam
go
out
get it.
with.
There we go. See, that's what I wanted.
Have
Well,
him
Jay,
that's
thank you, Jay.
have
Thanks,
him
Jay.
jam out with Clemenzi.
Hold on.
Right. We could do that. If you bring your guitar up to Rhode Island, we could probably get you out on the floor with the Clemency
Clemency book,
Crusaders.
I can't play and talk at the same time. I can't hear what you're saying. So I
That's
was.
okay. Go ahead.
Nope.
Play.
Go ahead.
No, you guys talk, and I'm just gonna jam in the background. How about that?
Yeah, we want to hear you. Do it up.
I think we should go full screen.
Full screen. Oh god.
There he is.
All right.
All right, there you go. Thank you.
Now I'm just gonna strum in the background. So
Now I'm just gonna strum in the background. He says,
Yeah, I've used that line before.
"Oh Jesus,
thank you.
sorry, I'm getting."
Nicely done.
I was getting messages from other platforms, and my wife wants to know if you can do the dance from Magic Mike
I don't know what the dance from Magic Mike is.
or a dance.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
She just wants you to fucking dance.
She just wants you to dance. She's like, yeah, just tell him to get up and shake his butt.
All right. So I'm clearly here to perform tonight. So
Clearly.
we got voices, playing, shake my butt. I mean,
Hell shit. I mean,
I don't recall a paycheck in the mail.
A paycheck in the mail. No, that's not going to happen.
no. I'll throw 50 cents in a box next time I mail you a gift.
All right. I'll be looking for it.
Yeah. And you were satisfied, right?
Sorry, what?
You were happy with that?
Oh,
His
yeah.
gift. Oh, your gift.
okay.
Yeah.
I actually tried it tonight. So about an hour ago.
No, that's why
ditto.
he's smiling.
Yeah, ditto.
I was like, best time to try it.
Right? That's a nice piece right there. That's a nice piece. Now, on your website, is there a
Yeah, there's going to be links to my gallery, and then anything I have available on my website, it'll connect you directly to it. So
there you go, folks. Check the show notes.
I
Where,
just-
Leo?
Hold on. I have a friggin' question.
Right?
Dude, why you asking if he has a gallery? What do you think I've been streaming for like the last 20 minutes?
I don't know. You're a Google fucking miser over there, man.
When you say
I
gallery-
figured you were just Googling shit.
yeah, I try is everything I possibly have like out and available on all forms of social media, my Instagram, Facebook, like weekly. I pretty much have new pieces on there. So and generally everything.
I see the gallery scrolling down here now. Okay, my bad.
That's okay. You'll catch up.
Scrolling, man. Had to do a little scrolling.
It's just a little scrolling, man. Whatever. It's all good. It's all good. That's cool.
So I read a thing, and I hate to bring something up, but were you injured in the past? Did you have an injury?
Oh yeah, a couple injuries, but
you had a major injury, right?
A severe one that took you out
Yeah.
of collegiate sports.
Actually, two injuries. One, I had
Yeah.
in college. Well, high school blew out my knee. College blew up my other knee, but those were kind of just normal, athletic injuries, procedures. But no, when I was working at a theme park, which I should probably keep unnamed at the moment, but I was working a live show, and somebody, long story short, somebody had fallen off a wall, and we were rappelling them up and down that wall, and my lead belayer dropped the rope, and I had to like catch a rope as it was, the gentleman was falling. Anyways, it kind of pulled my shoulder out of my socket almost, and the next day I got to work, and my right arm was like black and blue, swollen, and basically what had happened is a major vein had got pinched into my chest, and so all the blood was going into my arm and it wasn't coming back. Even shorter story, making longer, I was in the hospital for about 6 months. They had to take out 2 of my ribs, alleviate some pressure. Yeah, it was a scary time for sure, but yeah, that was back in 2008. I mean, shoulder still kind of bugs me to this day because of it, but I think under the circumstances, I got very lucky. So yeah, at one point, I remember getting to the hospital, and I had to like agree to a possible amputation, and I was a scared freaking kid. I was like, oh my god, like this is some real shit. And
Wow.
I remember my parents were living in Seattle, and my mom was on a flight that night and came to Orlando where I was staying in the hospital, and stayed with me for 6 weeks, and then I got moved to a different hospital for more operations, but. Yeah, that was a wild time, but
Wow.
Scary shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough time, but yeah, I'm glad they didn't take my arm, man. I kind of enjoy painting now, so.
Right.
So
right.
what do you got? Fake ribs or something now? Do they put fake ribs?
I actually have 2 missing ribs up here in my chest, so there's like a.
Oh, they're just gone. Okay.
Gone. They had to break them and take them out of my chest to alleviate the subclavian vein, if I remember correctly, that was being compressed.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I
That'd
just
make
got
a great scene in a horror flick.
It gave me a lot of morphine, which was kind of fun, and I always remember when they came in and they're like, "What's your pain level?" If you said like 7, it was like, "Oh, tough it out." If you said 8, they'd be like, "Oh, maybe you need something." And so it was like constantly 8, which it'll get you through 6 months in the hospital. So,
right. I bet. Holy shit. Ouch.
Yeah, that's painful.
Now,
Yeah.
the theme park, I'm assuming they covered all your expenses.
oh yeah. I actually got a bill to my house one time after about the 4th month, and it was a hefty amount of money. Let's just say it was had a lot of zeros on it, and I remember like they had given us a work relations lady, because a workman's comp lady, excuse me, who was basically there to take care of everything I needed, because there was some issues getting to the hospital. Like at one point they weren't going to let me go because they wanted to look at me first, and I remember my boss at the time was like, "No man, you need to go to the hospital." And so yeah, when I got there, they kind of let me go to the front of the line, which was nice. But yeah, they took care of it, so that was very kind of them. Again, very lucky. So,
Right.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Yeah. There was another accident in the news just I think it was today or yesterday. I think was it Universal in Florida during
Oh
one
yeah,
of those.
yeah. I saw that. He fell in the water.
Yeah.
He didn't come up or something.
Yeah.
oh,
They had
wow.
to go get him.
No, I didn't see that. But then again, I wasn't watching the news, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked in
No,
a couple theme parks for about 10 years, and so I've heard and seen a lot of stories. Guests going where they're just not supposed to go. Like, oh, I lost my hat on a roller coaster. Someone jumped the fence and grabbed my hat, and that's how somebody lost their head. Literally got kicked by a roller coaster guest. So
Yeah. Ooh.
don't go. Not supposed to.
Yeah.
Right. When it says don't hop the fence, don't hop.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Those shows at the theme park are amazing, but just they look crazy dangerous.
I mean,
yeah.
stunt shows that when I first started working in theme parks back in like 2006, like there were stunt shows, pyrotechnics, cars being jumped and flipped, and now you just don't get that anymore because one accident and everything's gone.
Oh,
Right.
really?
Oh yeah.
Tells you the last time I seen one of those shows. I remember going.
Yeah.
Yeah, last one I saw was Six Flags. Had to be, I don't know if it was 90s or early 2000s, but it was like a Batman live action show with explosions and everything.
I know some stunt people that were in that show.
Yeah.
Batman at Six Flags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Six Flags, Jersey.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the one to go to. They had the
I've been there. Yeah.
The safari and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised like nobody got killed in the safari.
Well, when you jump the fence, I
got yelled at. I got out of the car to take a picture of a bear, and the ranger was like friggin' yelling at me. And then
best idea ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of this bear.
Hey, I was a friggin' teenager and dumb,
The sign says, "Don't feed the bears, Leo." Leo's out there with a steak. Come here. I want a picture. Great.
So, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did you just draw a blank?
The gummy just kicked in, right?
Right.
No, that kicked in a fucking while ago.
Oh, okay.
No, that was a while ago. So yeah, I'm
Go
high
ahead.
as fuck. I'm high. Nah, I'm high as fuck.
Good. We're gonna let you.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Huh.
I just can't with you, man.
So Jeremy, is there anything you dork out about? Like you collect comics, it seems like you're a Star Wars fan,
I dig the Star Wars. Like it's always on TV, and anytime it's there, I'm usually watching it. The girlfriend got me onto Harry Potter, and
nice.
like I worked at Universal Studios. Well, geez, I kind of blew it there. I worked at Universal Studios when all the Harry Potter stuff came in, and I remember meeting like Tim Burton and everything, and ever since then I was kind of that's fun. Like I'll collect stuff like that. Like when I go to cons, I'll look for like weird kind of Harry Potter stuff. But no, I'd like to get away from things as much as possible, like hikes and everything, and just kind of clear my mind. But when going to conventions and stuff, that's when things become fun again. And I realize I know nothing about up-to-date pop culture and cosplay. I know nothing. Like I don't know anybody is. So
well, cosplay is a little bit difficult because a lot of people they go for like totally unique characters that nobody knows about, and hoping that one person in the con knows them,
There you go, Jeremy. You could go as a cosplayer to the next con that you go to. You could go as the backup dancer from Magic Mike. See if anybody recognizes you.
I highly doubt it, but I like where
wear a cat suit. We'll call you Catman.
Oh, dude. What? Where?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Left field?
Now, I might have.
Jeff mentioned that he was super high, so
I think he did. He's kind of like this right now. Squirrels.
Squirrels? No, there's no squirrels.
Oh my god.
Actor and a hiker about time worlds collide.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Like a hiking film. I remember got contacted actually through my agency about 2 years ago about this hiker movie, and I read the script. It was actually pretty cool. And then they got me in touch with like the director, which was weird. And turns out it was like this kid, and he was like 14 years old, and somehow got a hold of like all these agencies in Orlando and was fishing out his like movie for actors. And I wound up talking to him for like 3 hours, but just kind of giving him advice in the business. It was really strange, but I always said, man, like it was a good script. So if you ever got the funding for it, man, make it happen.
So there you go to all the people viewing and watching this and listening to this later on. Jeremy wants to do a hiking film. I'm just saying.
MK Ultra is, I'm seriously writing a hiking movie now.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go, man.
See?
Crank it out, get it finalized by the WGA, and let's get going.
Right.
So if do you have somebody?
It's easy to do, by the way. You literally just send it in, they notarize it, you pay a couple bucks, and then no one can steal your shit. So,
Right.
So do you have somebody that you'd always would have liked to work with?
you say would have liked to work with, or
Would like to work with? However that came out of my mouth.
Either side of the spectrum.
right? Like somebody would have, like somebody passed, I guess. I don't know. I mean, at one point in my life, I had this very elaborate list of like, oh, I want to work with Harrison Ford and like who I met one time, and that was fun. But nowadays, it's easier to look backwards and realize, man, I've gotten to work with some cool people. You know, like for instance, Anthony Anderson was on TV the other day, and I was like, oh, I worked with him once, and it was just like a thought bubble that like, oh, that's kind of cool. I got to work with him once. But never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd meet like Norman Reedus, for instance. Like I remember like watching the Boondock Saints when I was about 16 or something like that, thinking, man, that'd be really cool to be an actor. Like that was almost like the first time I thought about being an actor. Like that could be cool. And then to have come full circle, I mean, that was cool to have worked with Norman. But who do I want to work with? I mean, this is what I want. This is crazy. I want to be on screen with a Hans Zimmer score behind me in the background. Like that's my bucket list. Like I listen to Hans Zimmer a lot when I paint. You know, I dig the movie scores, and I dig his, you know, everyone, you know, if you don't like the Inception or Interstellar soundtracks, you know, you're missing out. But that's who I'd want to work with. Hans Zimmer, man, in a voiceover. Let's make this shit happen.
There you go.
Call Pixar, call Hans.
Right? Have your people call his people, do lunch.
Right? Come on.
Just
Hans.
saying. That would be cool, actually. You could do a voiceover of an anime while hiking with Zimmer playing. Yeah, see, we just got your voice acting in there too.
We could do like Roger Rabbit, you know, like live action hiking, but like the forest animals come to life, like Roger Rabbit.
So basically, you ate the mushrooms before you went hiking.
Yeah, it's a stoner piece completely. So
right,
Okay.
right.
See,
I'll wear my bunny slippers.
Be through sales of cannabis. So
Right, there you go.
Well, you mentioned Harrison Ford. He does have 2 shows going on right now.
I mean, Apple TV and all these TV shows. You ever thought that like all these Academy Award winners would never be, or I don't know if he's an Academy Award winner, but you know, Al Pacino and stuff. We're doing TV now, so it's kind of it's kind of nice as an actor to see that, because I mean, more shows coming to Georgia, you know, New York, LA, whatever the spots are these days, and yeah, I mean, they're just cranking these shows out too, so it's constant. As opposed to the old, you know, studio system where it's like 5 shows going on, you know, or one major movie. But you know, it's so easy to shoot nowadays, so people are taking advantage of it. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah,
that is true.
Is that the next Yellowstone one?
He's in. There's a psychiatrist one on Apple TV that he's doing, but the one I'm watching is 1923, which is a prequel to Yellowstone.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah.
He's.
I haven't seen it yet, so
it's really good. He's like the great grandfather of Kevin Costner's character.
Oh. What?
From the original Yellowstone. Cool. If you're watching the original Yellowstone,
I haven't, because I don't have. I believe it's Paramount Plus. You need. And so if anyone wants to share the code, send it all over, man.
Well, you can watch the early seasons on Peacock, and I think that's free.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So many freaking platforms and stuff. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Eventually, they're all going to come back together, and it's going to be called cable. So.
Yeah, we'll go back to paying $300 a month for TV.
I don't know, man. I see streaming taking off.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Streaming platforms are going to launch and fold and launch and fold, but the good ones will stick around.
Well, I thought because of COVID, like theaters are basically the thing of the past now. That like major movies are just going to come straight to your TV on a Friday night, and you pay $20 for the family. It's like going to the movie. So,
right, and you can bring your own.
And
I was going to say you can bring your own food, your own drink. Which movies don't let you do.
Up at the theaters about sneaking in your own shit. Because when I was a kid, and you had like a bag of like bunch of crunch, and they were shaking in your bag. Like, they would stop you, and you would have to take the candy out. I brought a Subway sandwich to a theater, like, last year because no one goes to theaters anymore. So,
yeah.
Right.
It has its perks.
It's like, hey, he just walked in with a 6-pack.
They don't care anymore. You paid your, $47 in IMAX to see it.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Drive-ins. I think they should bring drive-in theaters back. Like, ever since COVID. Why not?
Well, they still have them. We have a couple here in Connecticut.
Nice.
Yep. And there's one on the Mass Rhode Island border. So, and then actually there's a place here in Plymouth. It's a giant field, but what they do is they have a giant blow up inflatable screen where it's almost like a drive and everybody pulls in and they do Friday night.
They have something in Florida and they have a floating screen and you project out in the water and people watch the movie. It's usually Jaws, by the way.
It's usually Jaws.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell no.
It's like nighttime, and it's a lake. It's not like a pool. It's a lake, and so you're sitting out there on inner tubes or whatnot. It's like, I don't know if I could do that. I really don't.
Right.
Right.
Every time I think of that, I think back to the Hostess commercial where the lady's on the inner tube and the shark bites her ass, and she goes up and he's like, "Hey, where's the cream filling?" I mean, seriously, yeah. I just saw the commercial the other day again on YouTube, so yeah, that's why. Deal with it.
I actually my old YouTube like 80s commercial, like the Micro Machine guy, for instance. I could watch that guy for like
right
30 minutes and I'm done. So
yeah.
Well, we when we launched the radio station, I went back to like the early 1920s and started bringing up commercials so that I could cut and use those on the radio station. And I was like, wow, some of the shit they did back then was just, yeah.
So
like the cigarette commercials and things like that you can't have anymore.
like it's interesting. Like, I love watching old movies. That's kind of a thing I have. Like, I love watching like 60s and 50s movies, but
right.
Like, I'm watching a lot of Disney movies now, like old classics, like Darby O'Gill, and I mean, there's some things in there that are just like, you just cringe because you're like, somebody would cry about that right now. Like,
oh yeah, you watch it, you look over your shoulder, and you're like,
Peter Pan was ridiculous. Oh my God, like, you can't say Redskin anymore. It's just like,
right.
Tigger tried to murder somebody in the movie. You don't realize it, but he tried to murder somebody. What would families be saying nowadays in a theater?
Right. Absolutely. They'd get up and leave.
Yeah.
The theater would be shut down. The theater would be shut down. Yep. We know how that goes. So, Leo.
Yes, sir.
Where can people find out about our amazing guest?
Here we go.
Well, if you happen to check show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us, one of the things you can do is head on over to artbypalco.square.site if you want to purchase some of his amazing artwork.
I have one. I love it.
Or just go to artbypalco.com.
There we go.
That'll
Right.
take the other one. So just artbypalco.com. It's like the site just came out, so the other one's a little less confusing to remember, I guess.
But it is in the show notes.
Well, we put the show together like 4 hours ago.
Not even.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, 40 minutes ago. Sorry.
57 minutes ago. Because we've been live for 50.
So, do you paint portraits? Would you do portraits? Have you tried?
I did try to draw like a portrait, and it just came out as this really. It's actually on my website. It's called The Player. It's somewhere around here, but it just looks like this broken down old man kind of baseball player. Again, like the funny thing I find about painting is like you can never really go wrong ever. Like I've never once like, not corrected something. Like eventually it all kind of just comes together. But there it is. Like I tried to just draw a face, and it just took forever. And I was like, you know what? Eventually, this dude it looked like some dude was staring right back at me. So I was like, all right, I'm done. So I figured that could go in somebody's, guest bathroom and freak people out. So
yeah, right up by the toilet.
Yep.
Absolutely. If you didn't
That'd be
have to
funny
go,
as
you
hell,
will when you see it.
Right.
Or make you not be able to.
Right. I was gonna pee, but he was watching me.
As long as you get something out of it, I guess.
Right.
Well, artwork could possibly be possessed or something.
And there's some days, and when I'm done painting, I'll look at a painting and I'll just be like, where did that come from? How did that happen? Turn it sideways, and it looks like something completely different. But
right.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Loab?
The Loab? No.
So you've heard about like this AI generated art, right?
Yeah. I got my face turned into something. I thought it looked cool, but
yeah. So if you, after the show, Google Loab, it's this woman that for some reason keeps on appearing in different AI generated art. Like it's supposed to be like totally random art, and she keeps on showing up in the art.
Interesting. Loab. All right.
Loab. Yeah. It's pretty freaky.
All right. I was gonna say, like, should I be like nervous? I'm like my face everywhere.
Yeah, that came out of left field. Where'd you pull that one from, Liam?
I like
it.
I've been diving deep on the web.
He's been on the interblack web again.
No, I found this cool show called the Y Files that covers stuff like that.
Very cool.
Yeah, he debunks a lot of stuff, which is pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
The Y Files. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Pops, it's you don't feed anything into it. It's like you type in, draw me a giraffe riding a hippopotamus, and it draws that.
That's cool. Yeah, people kind of approach me like that sometimes. They think just because I can put some colors together on a canvas, they're like, hey, can you draw my grandpa holding our cat? I'm like, no.
I can, but it might look like that.
It's
that.
Like me too.
So, but here's some more of his artwork on his page. You got to check it out. I mean, that's actually really cool right there, the rose.
It's basically just all random stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
never planned out. It's never, I'm like, oh, that looks like a fence. Sure, let's put a tree behind it. Why not? Or that one has a unique arc. It kind of looks like a guitar. Let's see if we can kind of change it to look like a guitar. And
yeah,
I mean,
I actually think that one right there is one of my favorites.
Yeah, and that's just happy accidents, man. Like,
yeah,
literally. Just started
happy
like
accidents.
You sound like fucking Bob Ross, man.
Oh, I have a magnet in my
Happy
on my
accidents.
It's funny, like when you start painting, people start giving you Bob Ross shit. Like I have a magnet that somebody gave me. It literally just says happy accidents. And then for Christmas, I got a sweatshirt, and it says Bob Ross, Happy Trees University, 1983. And I was born in 83, so yeah, it was a great gift. Fits me well.
Right.
Well, the older you get, that meaning kind of changes.
But
I will be 40
happy
next
accidents.
week. So
wait a minute, you'll be what?
I'm going to be 40, February 4th.
Wow. Well, happy
40.
early
Okay.
birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you. That feels weird hearing it now, because now it's getting real. Like
Right.
Well, yeah, you just hit the peak.
Yeah, man. I hit 50. So
No, I'm doing that cliche thing, and it's like when I was like 15 years old and I heard of like a 40-year-old, I was like, ancient dudes, Now I'm like 40. not so bad. So
right.
uh,
So yeah.
It's not bad. It just goes downhill after 40. So you're all set.
Yeah, literally.
It gets easier. It'll take you a couple of years to adjust, but you'll be fine.
Yeah.
When you realize you make that sound when you like get out of a chair,
That one.
I did it today. I had ice on my knee before the show, man. Yeah. I went for a long. I was gonna go for a jog, and I was like, nope, this has turned to an old man walk, and it was just power arms and ice bags on the knees when I got home.
Yep.
Oh man, just wait. I would say, in a year or two, that's when you're going to need the glasses to read your phone, but you already have them. So
yeah, I was just somebody mentioned the one thing about that AI art that everyone got really into. I posted a few things, and then I did some reading and saw that they were basically stealing from artists.
Yeah,
and there was enough substance there. I kind of took some of them down, but I mean, that being said,
yeah.
I don't know if I'd be flattered if someone stole my style of artwork, if I have a style, but yeah, I think my shit's just so random, and but that's why I signed every piece. Every piece is signed, dated the day I finished it, and then one of one. So hopefully, maybe that entices people to know that that when I do sell things, that there's only one. No duplicates, no prints, and hopefully they don't steal.
All original.
All original. I paint so often.
That's the way to go. Yeah.
That's my goal, is world domination. Every guest bathroom has to have a piece. So
there you go. Absolutely. So, folks.
Oh, that's a good. I can.
That's a good what? What?
No. I'm sorry. Was I mumbling? My mind was.
Yeah. Like came out.
You were like, "What's that?" That's a good thing. And we're all like, "What? What are you talking about?"
That's how I sound when I paint. Basically, I have like all these ideas, and I can't, get them out fast enough. So I hear you, Jeff. I hear you.
Thank you.
So we have about 4 or 5 minutes left with this amazing guest. So if you have any questions, get them up in the chat. Remember, like I said at the beginning of the show, if we're not seeing your comments, you got to go over to one of the main feeds so that we see the comments. Otherwise, you're just typing to yourself. Sorry, that's the way it goes.
Be your own best friend. So nothing
right?
Huh? That'd be an interesting way of talking to yourself, though.
What? Happy accidents?
No, text yourself.
What?
A conversation. Sorry.
Wow.
There should be like space behind Jeff, like outer space or smoke behind Jeff.
Right? Something. There's smoke coming out of his ears.
No.
He's thinking too hard. So any last questions there, Leo?
No, just comments.
No, I meant, did you have any last questions?
Oh,
Jeff is working.
Christ, what is wrong with you people tonight?
Hey, it's been a long week,
I'd love to have Jeremy on the Madness show. He'd be perfect for the art people over there or here. Pops, I'll talk to him. If he's interested, I'll connect you guys.
I like getting the word out there that is Art by Palko. I know it's kind of the first thing since acting that I've really been kind of excited about, really kind of proud about, just because the opportunities it's kind of afforded me, getting to do shows and talk about it and having a newfound respect for it, that's for sure.
Right.
Now I go into Walmart, we used to find like the little pictures on the side for like $5. I'm like, oh, that would look cool in my bathroom. Now I'm like, yeah. And all the original art out there. Respect.
Right. No, and you do an amazing job. I mean, as you can see, some of the pieces that I have behind me, the one that was behind me the whole time. Like Jeff said, I think I own 2 pieces of your art.
Well, thank you, man.
That's what I was trying to say.
And what's that?
I'm gonna move the painting and put it in the bathroom because you said you want everybody to have one in their bathroom.
Okay.
Because they're all little landscapes, you know.
I finally caught up to myself.
I could literally see the cogs working in your mind, man. It was like,
since you make the trip up to Rhode Island, you might want to look into Connecticut. Right across the Rhode Island border is the Mystic Outdoor Arts Festival.
Mystic Outdoor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean to do that and get on social media and just kind of reach out to anybody and just say, hey, anyone have any art show? Because I used to travel for Comic-Con, so I don't see why I couldn't travel for art shows.
You can. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. The Mystic one, there's a lot of money behind that, and it's in a it's like a tourist trap area, but it's I bet you'd sell a lot there.
Oh, nice, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Plymouth does one too. They do. It's part of the waterfront festival. They do a whole art section, and that's huge. I mean, that's right in the middle of the summer height of our tourist season up here. It's asses to elbows. It's like being at Rhode Island outside.
As long as it's not hot, because I remember I did an art show not too long ago in Georgia here, and man, some of my paintings were starting to like melt in the heat. It was so hot. So
that was the mushrooms you took before you went. No, I mean the heat. It's New England. It could be 120 degrees today and 30 tomorrow.
Gotcha. Yeah, like most places, yeah.
You know, but yeah. So, anyway, any last comments, questions before we let this amazing guest go? I told him he was going to only be an hour. We've already run over that. He's like, "All right, come on, dude. You know, I want to go. I want to eat dinner. Like, come on."
No, it's a dog staring at me. He wants to go out and pee. So,
well, yeah.
I'm the one who wants to eat dinner.
So we better wrap that up because otherwise Jonesy's going to pee on Jeremy, and that's not going to be a good thing. So.
Well, I want to thank everybody for watching this fine evening. For me, just Google Leo Pond. You find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. I'm not going to say which is which, but I run the Dorkening Podcast Network. We got a ton of shows on the network. There's a lot of awesome people doing a lot of awesome stuff. Head on over to thedorkening.com. You can see all the latest things there. Jeremy, where do you like people interacting with you on social media?
I guess Facebook's usually the best one. I have an Art by Palko Facebook page. That's usually the best way to get in touch with me, or Instagram, Twitter. So all Art by Palko.
Awesome. And we have that in the show notes there. Jeffrey. Benjamin.
Holy shit. He's just stuck in fucking time. He's like, oh, go back to Jeremy. He's got Jonesy out. Oh, there he is.
Hey, Jonesy.
What's up, buddy?
Aww.
He's like, yeah, you guys are foreign as fuck.
He woke up from his nap. He's like, man, I want to go outside.
Oh, he's adorable.
Oh, you really skipping Jeff?
No. Go to stilltalking.com. That's where you got to go, stilltalking.com. Talking with the Dead on Facebook. Yeah. Right? Thank you, Jeremy. It was a pleasure. Sorry, I partook. It was a little too much. For you people out there, you got to be careful on your dosing now.
Oh, my God.
I think he did it right.
What's that?
I think he did the proper dosage. He's good.
He's good. Yeah, he's good. So, like Jeff said, yeah, head over to stilltalking.com. You can find out everything you want to know about us, everything that we're involved with. Some big things coming from us. Big things. So pay attention to the pages. Can't say it yet, but it's coming. Want to thank Jeremy for hanging out with us tonight. It's always a good time with him. Get out. Go see him at a show. Check out his artwork. You won't be disappointed. To all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do so people like us can do what we do. Stay safe. We'll see you next week. We're out of here.
Bye.